How does it feel to get your first sweep of your coaching
Well, it's
era?
funny, I didn't even realize that. Someone said it, and I didn't even realize it's been since 2011. So, really excited. I don't ever look at that stuff or think about it, but really exciting because I think anytime you can get a sweep in this league, it's just huge, regardless. And I think to me, some of the scariest teams to play are teams that have one or two losses, just like us last year, because you have nothing to play for. You just go out and play because you're expected to lose, and I think those are the hardest teams. And I think Colorado's a lot better than their record, especially with Kennedy Leonard back.
And they seem to be listening to you today, your team, with the ball movement right from the get-go.
Yeah, I just felt there were certain times, I think we moved the ball well, but then I thought we got really lackadaisical in the third quarter. I thought we took some really quick shots that we didn't need to, and that's kind of because a 10-point game in this league with a quarter and a half to go is not it's not a big league. So I didn't think we did well then. I thought we're still having a tough time taking care of the ball. And we had 12 turnovers. That's our average, basically. But I felt like we don't need to turn the ball over 12 times. I thought 3 or 4 times. It's just we're looking for like the $1 million dime. But our ball movement's better. I think what you do see with us is we're sharing the ball better. We're playing really unselfish. We're looking to draw and get our teammates shots. I think that's been something conscious that we're doing a lot better.
I feel like it's a step forward to have the teams. They didn't really play their A game today, but they still won pretty easily.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think it's been a real mental thing for us on Sundays. We just have not played well, so I think it's one of those, we have to play well. And this morning we did kind of like a not a shoot around, but more than we normally do, because I'm like, okay, I got to figure out how to get us more focused. So everybody's in there half, tired. And I was like, next time we'll be shooting around. Because I had to find a different way, what we're doing, what wasn't working, just walking through. So, I think it's a big step for us to be able to win 2 games we're supposed to. We have not done that in this program. We should have won in the Washingtons. We go there, we just tank it on Sunday, and they outplayed us. So we haven't been able to have the mentality where go take care of business, do what we need to do. So this is the first time, so it is a big step.
Were you planning on going that far into the bench? Was that kind of the game plan playing Colorado?
It wasn't the game plan. It's always a game plan to try to get multiple people in the game, but I felt like there was times where I couldn't, and I did that a little bit earlier than I normally would because I'm not comfortable with the 12-point lead against a good team. I'm not comfortable in this league at all. But I felt like there was those minutes where we could get stuff. When we make mistakes, I think it's really hard to come in for those minutes. It's hard when you're coming in off the bench because you do have a short leash, and I know that because I've been in that situation. But I definitely want to rotate other players, and TT's shoe broke, and sometimes when I see they're really winded, I don't want to get someone hurt because we can't afford to have another person hurt. Like, we need Lucia, and we have a really, really short bench. So to do what we're doing with the bench we have and with the depth we have, I think is pretty remarkable.
You had 13 points only, but you had 9 rebounds and 8 assists, so she balanced it out. Can you talk about how you guys are being more balanced as a team?
Well, you're talking about Ari?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ari. So Ari had, 8 rebounds for our guard, 9 assists. That's probably why she was mad at Samaje for missing that last assist. But, Ari is just a gamer. When she's not scoring, she's doing something else. And just think about this. She's one of our best defenders. She's one of our best players, obviously. She's playing the point guard now today she played 38 minutes. So handling the ball for 38 minutes with pressure, on balls, having 5 people guard her when she's in the paint. She's played really well for doing that because having Lucia in the game, I could put Ari off the ball more. Now I put her off the ball for probably like 45 seconds the whole night. So I think given all that, I think she played a really good game. She made her free throws. We did better as a team free throw-wise, which is thank goodness because it's been a struggle. But Ari, she gets in there. I don't know how she does it. She gets in there amongst the trees, and she finds a way to get the job done, and she plays hard. I think when I look at Ari and I look at her grit and her passion, and I look at TT too, and Kate's young, but, Kate at times, I think that's how we need to be. And that's why I always talk about TT. People talk about, you missed this and that. Hopefully we find a way to bring TT back. TT is someone who plays hard every single day, every single time she steps on the floor, whether it's in a game or practice. So she's the one who helps us bring that. Without TT playing, we are a very different team on the court and off the court. She's extremely valuable.
What did it mean to have Gabby Giffords at the game today?
A lot. She was in the locker room pregame. It meant a lot. And I'm the crazy person that we're neighbors. And so I always saw her. She'd be walking her dog. And I'd always drive by her, and I was like, I want to say something to her. And I never did. But every time I did, I was like, I should say something. So 2 weeks ago, I was like, I just want to tell you, you're an amazing woman, and I love you. She looked at me and she smiled. She's like, oh, thank you. But I was like, I went away. I was like, she doesn't know who I am. She probably thinks I'm crazy. So then we reached out to her to bring her here. And she's just a pioneer. I mean, to be one of the youngest on the Senate and just to go through what she's been through. She's made so many changes. So she is a champion of change, and that's what we represented tonight. So I was really happy. It's hard to get her out places. She's, a lot of people want a piece of her, want her to come speak. So to have her come here, I think was huge. And it's important. I think that our players don't really understand the magnitude of what she's been through or who she is, and they're going to learn because I'm going to give them a printout of what she's about and just give her some history. But, I mean, she's a phenomenal woman that I think we should all, I aspire to be as great as her one day and really respect her for all the things she's done and things that she's standing for to change. So I think having someone like that, that's an inspiration, and you should play a little harder. It's just my opinion.
Anything else for Coach?
Yeah, they seem to really turn the corner this weekend. Was there something, was it that extra day in practice? Was it just they're starting to realize if they don't do it now, I mean, we're coming down to crunch time?
I think, yes, and I think a combination of everything. I think understanding where we're at and what the magnitude of every game is, understanding what we're capable of. I think disappointed that we didn't get the win in Washington, and just kind of a reality of where we're at. And I think that extra day, if you ask them, they're going to say, heck no, because they want that day off. But I think that the little things we're doing, they're not necessarily, they're paying off a little bit now. I think they're going to pay off more in a month because you're seeing we are getting better. We've had to work on rebounding every day and little things that we're running for if we don't do certain things. But they are slowly paying off. Not where it needs to be, but better. If you look at us a month ago, we did not ever box out. So now we're doing those things. We are kind of taking a step backwards and stuff like taking care of the ball because we're not working on that as much right now. So I do recognize that, but I knew that defensively, in the Pac-12 or in the tournament or in the post, whatever we play in, we're not going to beat teams playing in the court-to-court, head-to-head. We're not. So we have to be better defensively. We have to be more disciplined down the stretch and boxing out. We've lost games because of that. So I think those focal points have been good, and I think it's paying off. And I think you'll see us more improved in a month. And so my job is right now to improve us on little things and get us confident and feeling better. And I think this was huge for the program, huge for their confidence, huge because we can finally accomplish what we set out to. And we're in a pretty good situation. We know that what's ahead of us next week going to the Bays and then playing Oregon at home. We don't have as much pressure if we can take care of this weekend, and we did, from taking care of this weekend. So I think they understand. I think they want to play in the postseason. I think that it's not guaranteed for sure, but we're a step closer. We're knocking on the door. We get another win. It's a good for the program. So I think they understand that we're capable of doing that. And they're all hungry for that. They all understand that. And they're competitors. So I'm just proud that we were able to get the job done. Because I haven't ever felt like that with this team or since I've been at Arizona that okay, we can do it. Let's do it. Or go into a game feeling like, okay, we don't have to play our best and they have to play their worst. I think that's a good feeling, and we're not even where we need to be. We're missing a lot of pieces. So to do that with this young group, it just says a lot about them and their character.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Played our game. We just played fairly, so we had no pressure on us. We didn't think about the sweep at all. We were just doing what we do.
Yeah, we've just been working really hard in practice. I think we're getting better at boxing out and rebounding, so that really helped us today.
You only took the 2 shots in the first quarter. Was there a plan to get everyone involved?
I knew after a couple of shots I wasn't on, so I'm just not going to keep shooting and forcing stuff. So I definitely wanted to get my teammates involved more. And credits to Colorado, they played good defense. But my teammates, they're really good. They stepped up and they were converting today.
How does it feel to get your first sweep of the season in Pac-12 play?
It feels good, honestly. This is the confidence we needed going into next weekend, and these are key wins for us in conference. So keep up the momentum, and sky's the limit for us.
Yeah, I think some of the other games we've been struggling winning Sunday games apparently. So, I mean, they've been close games, but we pulled one out. We just worked really hard. So.
I know you guys take it one game at a time, but you got 4 games coming up that are pretty huge, especially if you have hopes of making the NCAA tournament. You guys ever talk about that behind closed doors or think about those?
I mean, yes, we talk about it, but definitely it's one game at a time. But like Coach Barnes always say, there's no pressure on us. It's pressure on other teams to beat us. We're just coming in, doing what we're doing, playing our game, and making it tough for people. So it's no pressure. We want to make NCAA, but if not, we make the NIT and we still compete at a high level.
Yeah, she just talks about, like we need certain wins to be able to make it to the NIT or the NCAA tournament. But, I mean, we do look just one game at a time, just work hard every single game.
Okay, can you talk about Aerie, the way she plays, other than scoring? There was 3 times where she just came out of nowhere and took the ball away from Colorado. What does that do for you guys as far as her hustle goes?
I think it's really helpful. One time she came and stole the ball when my player was about to get it, and I was like, thank you. But, I mean, that's the type of player she is. She runs the floor. She leaves everything on the floor. And, it's great to have a point guard like that that's just so aggressive and physical, and she'll do anything for us and for the team. So I'm appreciative of that.
Appreciate that.
Anything else for Aerie and Kate?
You guys just pretty much dominated again today. Did you feel at any point, and I asked this the other day too, of Sam and Dominique, do you ever feel in the game like this is our game, we have it? I mean, I know you keep pushing because you never know what can happen, but did you feel that today?
Definitely. Starting out, we came out really aggressive. We had the lead. Was it the whole half, I think? Yeah, we had the lead. We were up. The whole game, yeah, we were up. Basketball's a game of runs. They had their runs, we had ours, but we settled down and we were just executing, and we made it tough for them.
Yeah, I think the team, the other team's always going to have runs. It's just trying to limit how, I guess, long the run is. So, I mean, we did that pretty well. They got in with 4 or 3 points at one point, but after that, we didn't look back, and we just kept pushing the ball. So,
do you think there was something that these 2 games, the last 2 games, today and Friday, you really came out different, and the whole game you played and did all the things that Coach Adia keeps preaching. Rebounding, ball movement was a big thing today. Ball movement, you guys passed a lot. And was there something this week in practice that sort of the switch kind of flipped, and you were like, okay, now it's going to happen this week?
I think for me, since we've already played these 2 teams, we beat Colorado the first time we lost to Utah, and that we didn't play well at all. And, we knew that, if we would play well, we would beat them. And Colorado, it was just kind of rough at the end the first time. So we knew if we just played hard and we had good chemistry that we'd beat them. So I think we just had confidence from the last time we played them.
You guys are going to be in this program for the next 2 years after this. A lot of the first sweep, winning record now. NCAA tournament possibility. Can you talk about what it's going to be like for you guys being kind of like the pioneers of getting this program on track?
I mean, it's definitely going to take a lot of hard work. It's definitely going to take maturity to, bring the young ones in and, guide them and take them under our wings. And we just got to lead the way. We got to show them we got to lead by example. We can't just talk about, oh, do this. We have to work out extra so they can work out extra. They can just build off what we have, and they can just follow our lead.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I came here, is because I wanted to be the foundation for making Arizona what they used to be. And so I just think that so far we've been doing pretty good. I mean, we work really hard, and sometimes people they're other teams will oh, we can beat them easily, and I think that's when we come out and beat them. So
how did it feel that you guys were the taller team today, and you opened up on the inside a lot more than against some of the other teams?
We were the taller team today.
I mean, I just feel a lot of times we're undersized, but it doesn't mean that we still can't, post up and score. I never go into a game thinking, oh, she's bigger than me, I'm not going to get my points. But, I mean, or, Dominique, I mean, and Destiny, Samaje, I think we all just work really hard. We've all gone better at posting up. And so, I mean, I just think it's any other opponent, taller, shorter, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, credit to the post today. They really were running the floor, rebounding, defending well, and they were posting up really hard. And that's something that they've been working on the past couple weeks, so it's starting to pay off at the right time.
Have you been training Samaje on the 3-pointers?
She's been training herself.
She always
She's been
talks
shooting
about,
some at practice.
In practice, she's like, put me in the corner, coach. And we're just like, okay. So she's been wanting that shot, so happy she got it.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.